How's it going, everybody? Midnight Silver Run, and we're back to look for some more errors. I got 3 dates I usually look for, but I haven't recorded them, I don't think. Anyway, this will be the 71 D&P DDR. There'll be a 70 D DDO and a 66 DDR. And we'll start off with the 71. I think this is one of the more noticeable ones of the three. And we kind of are pretty much looking for it in pretty much all of the coin for the most part. It's kind of obvious. Granted, with the coins being as smashed as they are, finding it is going to be a different story. You also see it in $quarter. And there's some stuff, I guess I can point it out on this one now. I have it here. So there's a little notch right here you'll see on the stem. And there was something with this one, but I don't remember what it was. It wasn't a serif or something, but there's a little bit of doubling. Sinuses are bothering me today. In $quarter, you're pretty much looking on like the sides, you know. It's doubling. You'll see it. But the most noticeable doubling I noticed was in United and States of America, pretty much the whole word, and it'll be on this side, you know, a little bit here and there, places like that. You're just looking on the, you know, the right here. I think one of them on, I don't know if it was FS 102 or it was the 70, so it's not even this date, so it don't matter. So, but then you'll see it in America, and it's a noticeable one. If you'll remember how I showed you how the bicentennial was doubled on the backs here like this, you know, you'll kind of see it. And clearly this one doesn't have it, so we'll move on to another one. And we're not going to spend a lot of time, just for the simple fact the coins aren't in the best of shape. So trying to, you know what I mean? You see it? I think that's machine doubling now. Let's spin it around here and look at it a little better. Maybe if I kill this light as well. This right here, I think, is machine doubling. You can see it in here, but I believe it's right around here too. And this is why I don't like this microscope for quarters. I can't tell. I mean, that looks like a double serif right there, though. And that's what we're looking for. That's definitely doubled right there. But I don't see nothing else, and you should pretty much see it in everything. I mean, like I said, it's fairly obvious when you see it. I still think it's machine doubling. Hold on, let's check the S though, because if there's a little line in the tail of the S, then we might be onto something. I don't know, I kind of see something there. I don't know. That's why I don't really like it's just damage. And we'll set it out to the side and look at it later. Can always go back, See, you should see it in these other places as well. $quarter. And this is a different coin, but I guess I really didn't look at the $quarter part. You notice you don't see it here at all. You should see little bits in E pluribus unum as well. And it was a fairly doubled coin all the way over. So, look at $quarter real quick because I didn't look at it. And I'm seeing doubling there. But I don't know if that's doubling. See, and this is one of those coins where some of the doubling kind of looks like machine doubling on the Variety Vista site. But then look how beat up that coin is. Alright, we'll look at it. We'll come back to it. Let's get through the rest of these. I find when you find one, it's always better to, bad roller damage on there. It's always better to go back, you know, set it aside. Make sure you set it away from, you know, your coins. Look through what you want to look through. And this way you're looking at what normal coins, you know, you're looking at a normal coin that's had wear and tear, natural wear and tear. So then you can go back and look at that coin or coins. See, there's just roller damage on that. That's just, it's no good. And get, you know, you can get a better idea. Is this doubled? Is it just damaged? You know, so in a way it doesn't hurt to just look through your coins real quick. Just to see, you know, what a regular coin does look like. Because here again we have a regular coin. And remember, this was doubled here, and that looked like it had a double serif there, and I believe the inside. So, you know, you can get an idea of what normal coins that are aged look like just by running through ones, even if they don't have errors. I mean, you can start telling things apart a little more just by looking at the ones that, you know, don't have nothing, and then when you get to the one that you think has something, you might be able to see something a little different that you didn't see on one of these coins. And granted, wear and tear plays a big role, giant role. Deterioration of the dies, all that stuff. Excuse me, I had to get a drink. I already went through all my bicentennials and 89Ds and stuff. I figured I've already recorded them a few times. Oop. Pretty sure you guys don't want to see the same coins over and over again, so I'll start trying to pull different quarters out, you know, different halves. You know, stuff like that. I guess I'm going to get some more penny boxes, and I haven't done those in a while. I really miss doing those. Excuse me. All right, this is going to be the 1970D double die obverse that we're looking for now. And on this one, we'll be looking for doubling in God We Trust, which you'll notice some really good doubling right here on the W. When you do find it, you'll have like 2 points, 2 serifs. And then N in Liberty. This I will look weird, you know, and it'll be a little more point. You'll see it. And I think it was the B. And the rest of it was doubled. But some of the doubling you got to kind of look for. And, you know, if the coin is seen better days, the L, I believe the L, this is the one I was talking about earlier. the L, you'll be able to see it some right here in the bottom bar. And then the I will come down here, kind of like this one, but it'll come down and then, you know, up like a normal I, and this will be kind of like this, but a little less. And then you'll see doubling in the other letters of Liberty. You know, but we're not going to find them. And I mean, we might be able to see some in the L, but if it you know, you see how the rim has been damaged, and you can tell by this one down here if it's not flattened out too bad. But that one's pretty bad. Again, I'm not going to waste too much time looking at these because, like I said, a lot of the quarters I get are not in the best of shape. So trying to find a double die and a coin when it's pretty jacked up, I feel, is kind of pointless. Which I still look, but like the bicentennials I really look at because a lot of the bicentennials I get are still in really good shape. I can't wait till hopefully Monday. Hopefully Monday I'm going to make a video on it. Excuse me. But I have a wonderful update. See, like that's just pointless. I don't even know why I pulled that one out. Wonderful update on about that first bicentennial quarter DDO FS 101 I found. Hopefully tomorrow or Tuesday, I'll be able to post the video about it. I'm waiting. I found out Friday. I seen the grade. Well, of course, if I seen a grade, obviously it was certified. So that should tell you something right there in itself. And then I have the second one. It has a little bit of environmental damage on it, unfortunately. And a lot of people have told me to just still send it in and just get it certified regardless because the scarcity of the coin. But I'm just going to try and I have it on eBay. I'm just going to try and sell it on eBay raw and then see what someone will, you know, I put it up for something and see what someone will give it to me for it. If it didn't have those marks on it, it might be an MS coin, actually. And that's what's real sad because it might be nicer than the one that I have coming back graded. All right, and then this last one will be the 66 double die reverse. So, and again, we're looking just pretty much for doubling, mainly in Liberty, I believe it was on this one. But as you can, or not Liberty, I said Liberty. Yeah, it's the reverse there, bud. You'll see most of the doubling in the United States of America. I think this was the one where the O in of, you could really see it good. And I believe maybe even the F. But then there was a little bit in E pluribus unum. But again, as you can tell, the quality of that coin is not very good, so we're not going to be able to get much off of it. What is this sticky stuff all over me? It's making my coins not slide. And again, and this is why a lot of the time I don't, alright. This is a lot of the times I don't record these older ones because, I mean, just look, I mean, it's hard. It's hard to, you're looking at the same old coin over again, but nothing else really, you know what I mean? Like this is, if you found it on this one, that would be awesome. I'd be happy with that because you could, it's still really legible. E pluribus unum looks good. You know what I mean, compared to like the last 3 coins we looked at. But this one, I believe, depending on whether it was like the '01 or the '02 version, could really different could really change in how visible the doubling was. I believe the second version was just like where you started seeing like some stuff, you know, that looked like doubling in the actual bar, you know, so it's a little harder to see. And then again, with it being so flattened down, those are probably ones we won't find. We'd have to find the ones where the actual serifs are doubled and all that good stuff, you know what I mean? Otherwise, it's, you know, looking at these coins, it's almost impossible to... It's almost impossible to tell. And this is why I don't record them, just for this reason right here. Not that I don't look for them, but it's just, I don't know. If you guys don't mind, I'll find other, you know, some of these other older years, and I can pull them aside and look for them as well. But I just think, I don't know. I don't think it's much to look at, and that's why I didn't bother recording before. But I figured I would record a different one tonight because I've been recording the same ones, you know, the same years over and over, like the last 3 or 4 times. So while I don't think we're going to find anything tonight, I figured I would try a new one for you guys. And then I'll also show you my little quarter list that I kind of use as a rundown. But I'll be honest, there's like the 6 o'clock quarter is on there, the 6 o'clock quarter, the 6 o'clock bear, the Alaska. It's on there. While I'll usually look at them, I don't keep them. I mean, there's just some, I can find 5 or 6 in a box every time. And I haven't been through a lot of boxes, but I've been through, I don't know, I think 20 boxes now. So I mean, they're not super rare, but if I find one like Coin Noob the other night found one that had 7 toes, so it had 2 die chips and a couple of the claws, and I mean, something like that I might keep because I don't have, you know, one of those. So then I would probably throw, you know, one of the ones that I do have back, and you know, but that's a little different. When it's different than what I do have, I'll keep one. I just, you know, and it's like the snow on the roof. If it's a real nice example of that homestead where the die chip is on the roof that I showed, you know, I'll keep it. But if it's just starting to, which I have a couple when I was first looking where I was like, oh man, it's snow on the roof. It's, you know, it's cool, you know. I mean, it's not valuable or anything. It's just cool. But now that I look at them, it was more of how I explained the die was starting to break, so it was leaving the marks, but it wasn't actually leaving the metal. You know what I mean? How it was leaving those lines. Well, that's what I have some of those as well. So I got to go back through and fish like those out because those aren't really technically it. They're just where the die was starting to break and it started to leave the marks, but it didn't actually leave any of the die behind. So other than that, you know, I mean, I'll show you what I look for the most part. It's quick and it's easy. It was funny. One day I was sitting here looking at it and I was like, why does it have 76 on it? You know, granted, I'm so used to looking at, this is another one I don't even know why I pulled out, but I guess I just pulled it out to look at it because you never know. But I'm so used to when you hear 76, you know, quarter, I ultimately think of the bicentennial, so it has, 76 to 1976 on it, you know what I mean? And I'm sitting here thinking, why is it a 76? And then, then it realized to me, duh, it's the bicentennial. So these ones are ones we probably have less of a chance of finding than say the bicentennial, because you got to remember, people have been coin roll hunting and all that stuff, and a lot of the damage is wore them out, and circulation is wore them down. So, there's a lot of people out there that ultimately find them and realize that they're not worth thousands of dollars, but it's still a cool deal, so they just put them in their collection, Not everybody finds the double die and then, sends them in. They just kind of put them in a flip and then try to do research about them, and, as much research as they can do, and then go from there. So they're out there, but, they're not as out there as some of the, some of the other ones, I suppose. Some of the years, it's, there's not too many double dies in the 80s, I believe, for quarters. I got a couple dimes and a couple quarters from pocket change. I was thinking about doing, like, maybe start on Sundays doing something called, like, pocket change, you know what I mean? To where through the week, I'll put out my pocket change in a a jar or whatever, throw it on my desk, and then I can just, like, record going through it, seeing if we find anything from actual pocket change. 'Cause you're always talking about, well, you guys aren't, but there's always people, you can find these in your pocket change, you can find these in your pocket change, which I know it's partially true, and I guess if they're in a coin roll, they'd be in your pocket change, right? So I figure, why not, maybe start checking pocket change more thoroughly. So once a week, after some pocket change is piled up, it's machine double in there for sure. Do a video about it, go through it. Wouldn't that be cool if that was a 96W? I don't know, something to think about. I probably will, just for something else to do. Need to buy a box of nickels. I haven't actually, since I've started coin roll hunting, I've never done a box of nickels. I've never done a full box of dimes, but I've done almost a full box of dimes, and I've done pennies. I've done pennies, and then halves and quarters, obviously. My cats are on the chair next to me. Loki was feeling a little, his space was invaded, so he started bothering Zephyrus, so she would leave him alone, or move. I guess maybe I'll do a video of them real quick while they're laying here, because I haven't posted too much about them. To be honest, I'm just looking for, see if I can see any doubling in the Liberty or anything. Looking for double serifs, anything odd. My camera doesn't really handle dimes very well because they're more shiny than anything. They're like little mirrors. You see that right there on top of the D? think it's just like a hit. Yeah, I'm gonna start looking at new microscopes. If anybody has any suggestions on a nice one that's not too expensive, I'd like to hear your suggestion or your opinion, or all of the above. I got this one. I jumped on this one. Well, I didn't jump on it actually. I didn't even get it. I got this for my birthday. And when I figured I was going to, I had like, I don't know, close to $1,000 worth of change saved up that I just been saving over the years. And I seen some videos about stacking silver. And then I seen some videos from, some of the people in the community. And I went from stacking silver to the coin roll hunting, and then I kind of went from coin roll hunting and stacking silver to coin collecting. And now I've kind of been more geared towards coin roll hunting and collecting, which I still, don't get me wrong, I get silver once a week or whatever, but I've been trying to just focus more on getting my books filled and completed, and finding nicer coins for my books. And I've been looking at these really beautifully toned wheat cents. If I win any of them, I can't wait to show those off. Oh my God, they're so beautiful. To be honest, I don't even care if they're real at this point in time. They're so cool looking. I wonder if there's any way of possibly being able to show this. I have this die clash penny I found. I have a bunch of pennies that I need to actually go through, and I was going through some of them one night, and I found this die clash, which I'm gonna see if I can get it in here. And bear with me. I think I recorded this, but not actually finding it, but just the penny. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it in here or not. And I don't mean get the penny in here, I mean it's so faint. Well, and here's the thing, it's not faint in person, but for some reason, this might be as good as I'm going to get it. Where we go? There it is. All right, you see right here? This right here? That's Lincoln's face. It's really hard to see on the coin through this camera because I need a better microscope. But that's actually Lincoln's face. I'm waiting for the place where I got my other die clash attributed to me to message me back, because he didn't think it would be good enough to give the ACDC title, but he said the rotation of the coin is really strong, because if you look at how rotated the coin is, I wonder if I can back it out, because you don't really have to be right on top of it to see it, but with the magnification, oh, fade to black, lights, give me more light, there we go. Sorry, I'm okay, tone the light down, yeah, you can see it better now. Well, not better, but It's like that. I don't know if you guys remember Alfred Hitchcock, the old Alfred Hitchcock movies, where his drawing, like the front of his face and his chest was drawn like some little lines, and then he like walked into it, and then he turned around and started talking to everybody. But this is Lincoln's face right here, and this is his bust. So you can see how much of an angle the coin is compared to, so the the degree of the die was way off when it was punched, clashed, you know what I mean, and then put on here, it was spun. So that's another die clash I'm waiting to hear from him about. So that's pretty cool. I don't maybe necessarily think it's a first find or anything, but I thought it was pretty cool. And I don't remember how I caught it. I caught it because there's a line over here. You can't really see it, but there's some lines over here that are the back of some, or I don't know, it's the back of his head or something over there. I don't remember what it was, but there's some lines over there that I don't know what they are, and that's what caught me, caught my eye, and then I started looking at that, and that's when I seen that. But it's definitely Lincoln's bust, because I've sent it, like I said, I sent the pictures to the site where I got my other one attributed, and he confirmed it. He's just not sure what to think about it. He said the degree of the clash is what really intrigues him. So, waiting to hear back about that. Well, that's all the quarters. I guess we could look at this one more time. We were looking at the A, I remember correctly. Get down in there. Get low, get low, get low. See, and everybody else's cameras have nice detail. Mine's like just whitewashed because of the, I don't know. See, there it is, right there. Come on, unwash yourself. That's definitely a double serif right there on that eye. Where did I put my little pointy thing at? It's right here. Right here. Right here. And there would be one right there. We might see something right. This is messed up. That's jacked up. You can see it on the front of the R. Right here. Huh. Something on the E. I just don't know, though. I'm not... I mean, I see something, but... Here's that line I was talking about, but that could just be damaged, and there's something right there for sure. And these are all indicators on Variety Vista, but at the same time, I'm still not... I don't know. It's not convincing me. Let's get a better look at the quarter. I don't know, that's an iffy one. I mean, if it is, it's another one that's fairly rare. But I don't know. I'm not... So this is one of those things where you end up having to send it in to find out whether it is or it isn't. But then look at the condition of the coin. I mean, looking at it, yeah, it's got roller ring on the front of it. even worry about it. I don't think so. If that roller ring went on the front of it, it might maybe, but I don't know. I'm not really convinced that it's definitely doubling there. That's not machine doubling. That's definitely doubling on the I. The E. See it? I think it might be the second one. But it's so tarnished and everything, and you can't even really see E pluribus unum to tell. Yeah. I think it might be a 71. What was it, a D? 71D? Might be a 71D. Double die reverse. 01. But, can you tell? The mint mark has been hit kind of hard. I guess roller damage if it got hit. And that kind of looks like the way I believe the mint mark was on the photos from Variety Vista. So this might be it, but here's the problem. It's pretty bad. This isn't worth sending in. This isn't worth getting graded. And to really prove it, you need to do that. You can clearly see the doubling and the U and the Q. I don't think that's machine doubling. Not that I'm seeing it in the places up above where it should be for the double die, you know, for the markers from Variety Vista, unknown markers. So, but I also don't think this one's worth a hoot in the condition it is, especially with the ring of death on the front of it. So it might be good to put in a flip and say, hey, I got the 71 double die reverse. It's FS01 or something like that, I suppose. But that's definitely, that's it. That's it. I can see it. It's just wore out, unfortunately. You can really see it in the A and the I. There's a little bit in the S. Yeah. Well, there you guys go. There you guys go. Pretty sure that's it, but I'm not positive. Cool find nonetheless if it is. But unfortunately, that one's up there with not in really good condition though. So you have to leave it at that, I think. Which is fine. I guess maybe I'll flip it and do some more, do a little more information, get a little more information on it. Oh yeah, I also promised you these guys for a quick second. They're sleeping. Co-pilots. Awake for the fun, sleep for everything else. All right, guys, you have a good evening.